And we're back. I hate to do these things in like multiple parts, but no one gives a shit. Minifigures, minifigures. If you're wondering what like the sounds I'm making between my between these minifigures, it's because like I'm rooting around in them trying to find one. Did I finish my thoughts on Cad Bane? Who gives a shit? Bellatrix Lestrange. I love her. She's the best Harry Potter minifigure they've ever made. She looks absolutely phenomenal. The dress, printing, and everything is absolutely great, and the hair mold is absolutely stunning. Love that outfit so much. I love all the detail that they put into it, including that little sort of wand holster right there. Love the back printing. Love the scared face and the smiling face, and that hair mold is just so nicely done. Reminds me a bit of Zendaya. Is Zendaya? Zendaya? Zendia? Oh, either way, really cool minifigure. Love her. Bellatrix. Great. Then we got Harley Quinn, who I love. This is the best Harley Quinn minifigure we've ever gotten, the one from the Batwing. I didn't get the Batwing, but I ordered this one online, and then I was a real annoyance, because I had to get this minifigure, and then I realized that the minifigure, she didn't come with her hammer. So I had to order all the parts of this hammer, which included this exclusive printed round bit up here, and then that target piece. Regardless, such a nice minifigure. Love the printed arms, side printed legs, printed toes, the roller skates, the dual print skirt. I love the outfit right there with the little bow tie. Love that face. That hair is great. I like that one too. This is the best Harley Quinn. It's so nicely done. It's so cute. It's so excellent. I absolutely adore it, and I think that they did a really, really good job on it. I'm glad that we got this hair mold, by the way, in some different colors more recently. The orange and black, and then what is it? The cotton candy pink and blue. Really, really nice. Love that minifigure. Think they did a fantastic job on it. That one is probably in my top 5. I adore her. I adore her. Next up, we've got Captain Jay Fuller, who is the best minifigure from the Lone Ranger, just because he is the perfect representation of some sort of early to late 1800s cavalryman. They did a really good job on him. I love the outfit. It's so perfectly simplistic with that red sash right there. I love that face with the mustache and the goatee. I don't even remember Captain Jay Fuller from the movie that well, but this is so nice. Especially that hair hat mold. That's a really nice thing. Then the white gloves really top it off. Just a very nice sort of historical minifigure, the likes of which we don't get very often. And I kind of miss the Lone Ranger because of minifigures like this. It's a pity everyone hated the Lone Ranger, including yours truly, because otherwise maybe we would have gotten a second line of sets. Anyways, next up, we've got Vitruvius, who is another character from the Lego movies who is done just with such phenomenal detail. Love that staff, which has the Moonstone, which is meant to be the chewed lollipop. Then we've got that fantastic hippie printing on there, and I love how the dress piece is like printed to make it look like there are actually legs in there. Love the little tassels on the bottom of the cloak. Really love all the new molds that went into this, and I especially remember when this minifigure came out, this cloak right here with that pattern was a huge deal. I don't know if you guys remember it, but people were like shitting themselves over that cloak. Love that hair, by the way, just so nice. I think we've gotten it maybe in 1 or 2 other colors, I can't remember. Anyways, then we've got the disappointed face. Love those eyes, by the way. And then we've also got this face, which is just trippy. Give you a better look at the torso detail right there. So nice. Love that hippie print. And the legs are just so great. Any back printing? Nah. Who needs it though, right? Such a nicely detailed minifigure, such a great sort of spin on like the old wizard mentor archetype. Really love what they did with him. A part of me asks myself at this point, should I, in good conscience, be including Lego movie characters like that Harley Quinn and that Garmadon and that Vitruvius. Like, do they really belong here? And I think they do, honestly. Even though they were not designed by Lego designers, but were rather designed by the movie makers and then were just translated into Lego. I really feel like they are deserving of spots on here because they're very creative and they're a very interesting departure from the standard sort of minifigure that we're so used to getting, you know? Let's see, who have we got next? It's Sith Warrior from the Old Republic. I love this minifigure so very much. It's so ominous. I love how when you tilt it just like that, you can still see the brightness of those red eyes in there. The armor is so cool. It's so ominous. It seems so cybernetic and so creepy. I love the hood. I love the dual red lightsaber wields. I love that torso and the legs. So nicely detailed. So beautifully done. This minifigure... and honestly, the others that came in that set were the highlight of that Republic frigate. That is such a cool minifigure. Would a cape have done him some good? Yeah, probably, but you know. And we got the best Anakin that we've ever gotten. I love this one just for the expressions. It's so nicely done. Love that torso. Love the legs. It's so nice. The cape, the brown cape looks really good on him. Love that back print. The Clone Wars hair in dark brown is a really good choice for him. I really like what they did with that. The face looks really nice. And then I also like this one, which is just very sort of Hayden Christensen Episode 3. It works very nicely. I love the scar detail they gave him. I really like this minifigure. And I think they did him absolutely excellently. I almost think that the new set, the new Mustafar set, almost makes him look almost a little too cartoony. Yeah. Either way, then we've got, jeepers, let me just see. Is this the first non-licensed minifigure that is on the list? Maybe. It's Akita from Ninjago. I really like Ninjago. I know I haven't reviewed any Ninjago sets on this channel, but I reviewed a lot on the old channel. Let me tell you, Ninjago's cool, okay? I really like Ninjago, and I've got a lot of appreciation for Ninjago. So you can wait up for some Ninjago sets, because I really like Ninjago. Especially, anyways, this minifigure, yeah. The cape is phenomenal with the, with the tails of the Kitsune right there. I love the extra little bit of red detail on the bottom. Back printing is good on there. Love that whole headpiece with like the braids sticking down and then the head up there. Really love that face of hers. This outfit is so bright and interesting and colorful. I really like it. The whiskers on her are so good. This is an adorable minifigure. I love the cultured outfit. It's so cool, and I love that face right there where you can just kind of see that she's got some little fangs right there. And then you can see them there too. Really cool minifigure. I love what they did with her. I haven't seen that season of the show because the show is fucking awful. But that's a cool minifigure. I love her. Next up, we've got Mad Eye Moody from the CMF series. Easily one of the greatest detailed minifigures they've just ever made. Love that one leg. That's sort of like the silvery color. That was a good choice. Love that face with the one bionic eye. I love the scarring detail. I love that hair. Staff could have been done better, but that's not what we're focusing on here. Love the back print. Love just that they gave him that new hair mold and everything. It's really nice. And I also love that Barty Crouch face on the other side. With the tongue out, that's great. Is that our first David Tennant minifigure face? Damn. But no, really nice minifigure. I love what they did with that, with like the buckles and stuff. It's so Mad Eye Moody. They did such a nice job on it. Then we've got the Weeping Angel right here, who's done really nicely. I love the robe detail. I love the face. I love the bun. The wings, of course, from Chima were a really good choice. The great thing about this minifigure is that it can also just be a statue if you want it to be, you know? It can just be like a statue in like a courtyard if you want it to be. It's a surprisingly versatile minifigure, despite being so nicely detailed and so accurate. It's very Weeping Angel, especially with that whole sort of blousey look it's got. I also love the other face, which is very much the angry Weeping Angel. It looks so cool. I love what they did with it. Damn it. The Weeping Angels were easily one of probably the most creative villain on Doctor Who ever. And this minifigure just does it absolutely justice. I love it, and I think they did a really good job on it. Calendar Man, my favorite joke character, I would say. Kind of similar to Akita in color scheme. Really, really nice. Just the amount of effort that they put into that cape is absolutely phenomenal. If you're getting an impression from these minifigures so far, you should probably be starting to see the pattern that I have a massive appreciation for custom capes between Akita and the Range Trooper and Garmadon and Enfys Nest and all that. I really appreciate a good Vitruvius. Good capes are good capes, and the fact that this one's got like dates on it and whatnot is so cool. I love the swimmer's cap with the calendar up there. I love his very unenthused expression. I love his goofy, bright outfit. I think that for such a ridiculous joke character, they put in so much effort, which I can really appreciate. The fact that he's also got the collar is just wonderful, and he looks so cool. I don't know why they would give such a dumb character so much effort, but it's so amazing. Such a standout minifigure, really. The Banshee, my favorite CMF minifigure, my favorite unlicensed CMF minifigure. Yeah, I'm at Moody. But she's so freaking cool, and the Banshees are unappreciated sort of spooky creatures, you know? Everyone always talks about the werewolf and Frankenstein and vampire, blah, 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 blah. But no one ever talks about goddamn Banshees. Banshees are cool. Look at this translucent hairpiece right here. Just so faintly translucent. You can just see like the head in there. So ghostly. I love the choice of color with this like Hogwarts green that they have trailing onto the bottom piece right here. And I think it was in this minifigure series, the Halloween minifigure series, that they introduced these ghost bottom pieces right here, which is really, really, really cool. I love that crying face right there. I love the back printing. Really, really nice. Very ominous, spooky minifigure. Probably the scariest minifigure in that entire series. I love her. This one's an old standby. This was my favorite for years. The classic Two-Face, because I love Two-Face, and Two-Face is my favorite Batman villain. And look at him. He's so classic and he's so nostalgic. Look at that arm hang. That's because when I was a kid, I played with him so much that it just got so unbelievably loose. He's such a cool minifigure. I love the black and white. It's so classic. It's so simplistic. It's such an old standby. And like, you just can't not have some level of appreciation for this. Even though the half white, half black isn't done phenomenally all over this minifigure, it's a classic that I honestly have a lot of nostalgia and appreciation for. Is it technically the best minifigure? No, but I think out of this, like the era that this minifigure came out of, he's probably like the best, I would say. Even with like trying to remove my nostalgia goggles on this, come on, from like this era, 2006, this is a damn good minifigure. Like, come on, that's just so distinct and so cool and so freaking evil. I especially love what they did with this minifigure with giving him the different eye. Like, that's such a neat thing for LEGO to do. That one eye is so creepy and that big scar. Oh, it's cool. Come on. My other Harley Quinn, second favorite Harley Quinn, the Harley Quinn that we got in the Apocalypseburg, who's really, really nice. I ordered her online for an amount of money that I will not disclose. It's the Suicide Squad Harley Quinn, and I absolutely love it. The hair is done perfectly with the extra bits of blue and red. Love the back printing right there. Love the face. Love the torso. Love the legs. Love the custom bat that they gave her. I was fortunate enough to have a seller who actually sent me the bat with the minifigure. Love like the fishnets on there. The legs are really, really nicely done. It's a very cool minifigure that honestly I never thought that we'd get, but I'm glad that in that one LEGO Movie 2 set we just happened to get it. Give me the beat, boy, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Saruman! Saruman! It's Saruman! Doom, 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 doom. He's awesome. The Tower of Orthanc Saruman is so nicely done. I love what they did on the dress piece right there. It's really, really, really cool. That extra bit of print that they gave to the Gandalf, the white beard, is so cool. I love that in the same year we got the Christopher Lee heads for both Dooku and for Saruman here. That it works so very nicely. Staff is perfect. Back printing is perfect. face is perfect. The detail on the torso and the legs is unbelievably well done. Such a standout minifigure. Easily, possibly my favorite Lord of the Rings minifigure. He's neck and neck with the Mouth of Sauron. Lord of the Rings gave us so many good minifigures. Widowmaker. So nicely done. The gun is... Meh. I know what they were going for with it, but it's not that great. What we're talking about here, though, is minifigures. And the torso, and the legs, and the face, and that hair mold. Damn! The amount of, like, new molds and special things that they did for Overwatch was incredible. And the fact that people didn't appreciate it, and I see Overwatch sets all over the place on insane sales, that hurts me because I really wanted to get more. So cool. I love those eyes up there. I love that face with the wink. I love this one too. That face is very, very Widowmaker. I love that back print with the Black Widow right there. And just, oh, it's so nicely done with the cutout. I think that the lavender was a really good choice for the skin. I think that she's got really nice colors, and I think that they coordinate them really nicely. And just that hair mold with the scopes up there is such a good thing. I was really hoping that maybe down the line we'd get a minifigure where the eyes would be like over the face, you know, like a different variant of her, but... no one liked those sets for some reason. I don't know why. Forlom. I couldn't find the one that had the better blaster, but this minifigure, just despite coming in a battle pack, is amazing. Look at that print. Look at this mold. Oh my goodness, with that bronze detail in the eyes? What did we do to deserve such a fantastic mold? With that, like, the detail, and it's just so freaking incredible. Such a weirdly well done minifigure for such an obscure, unimportant character in such a initially very small, unimportant little battle pack set. Amazingly, amazingly done, you know? It just goes to show that you don't need to get these giant sets to get amazing minifigures. They're literally sometimes just hidden in battle packs. This is such a fantastic, standout, well-done minifigure, and I don't think he's gotten enough praise, honestly, because he's so Forlom, and he does it so well. It's amazing, and I don't know why they decided to single him out to give him such good, fantastic detail, but they really outdid themselves. Oh. I love her. I love her, I love her, I love her. I love her probably like in the top 7. This Poison Ivy is the best ever Poison Ivy and one of the finest minifigures ever made. That skirt, those legs, that torso, that freaking face. The vines, of course, are as usual, but the hair mold with the flower in there. Oh my goodness, with it like tumbling over the shoulder, all Jessica Rabbit and everything. So beautifully done. That back printing that you don't even get to see. The two faces are so incredibly seductive and so Poison Ivy. They did such a good job with this minifigure conveying the character with that swoop in the hair and all the little leaves and the detail. Oh! This one puts every single other Poison Ivy minifigure we've ever gotten to shame. I literally just got that stupid Scuttler set solely for the reason of Poison Ivy. The Lego Batman movie minifigures were so well done, and this is just such a standout amongst them all. I love this Poison Ivy so much. I love every little bit of detail they put into her. Just all of it. It's just so magnificently botanical. Really, really well done. Really well done. Easily, the Lego movie with the best minifigures was the Lego Batman movie, because that one just, I don't even know what to say. They're just so good. We got Boba Fett. Yeah, more recent Boba Fett. This one, I know this is a basic selection for my list, but what can you say? Just, this is one of the best minifigures. They're so obsessed with updating it constantly and making sure it's so perfectly detailed. And it is perfectly detailed with the arm printing. And this arm printing, I didn't get the UCS, Slave 1, but I did get the Cloud City, so unfortunately as this face, but... helmet's done amazingly, just perfect. You've heard people gab about this minifigure endlessly. You don't need me to. It's just a phenomenal minifigure that everybody loves and deserves all the fame and glory in the world. Blah, 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 blah. Then we got Voldemort. I really like this one from the Graveyard Duel. So nicely done. So simplistic, but so perfectly done. This is the best Voldemort that we've ever gotten. Finally, I feel like they've perfected him. I found like the last, like the smiling one that we got from the previous line, from like the Deathly Hallows line, was pretty shit. But this one really pulls through with the just sort of simplistic nature, the yellow teeth, the perfect grin. I feel like it captures this expression of Voldemort perfectly, and it captures this sort of scene of Voldemort so well when he's just risen. Really, really nice. I like what they did with him. It's a simpler choice, but for a simply designed character. More recent Two-Face, Billy D. Williams Two-Face from the Lego Batman movie, who is just unbelievably well detailed. And I like that this is such a creative direction that they took this character in. They didn't do the standard issue Two-Face thing that they could have done. They took the Billy D. Williams sort of character design for Harvey Dent that we saw in Batman and Batman Returns, and then they spun it around and they made it into the Two-Face that we never got in those movies. And damn, it's so creative. The fact that they made it all melty like a real minifigure when you set it on fire, don't ask me how I know that. It's so funny what they decided to do with it, with the little bit of underwear showing and whatnot, and like the goopy arm back printing in that half hair. It's so nice and it's so funny, and it's got such a good sort of nostalgic sense for it, and it works so perfectly with that skull underneath and everything. It's just perfect. I love what they did with it. It's really, really good. Just the fact that this half is so unbelievably accurate to the Billy D. Williams Harvey Dent from the first two Batman movies is just so nice. Right down to the scarf and like the black tie, the red tie and everything. It's so clever. And then they've got the scared expression on the back, which is also just really, really nice. What a great minifigure. Just so funny and so well done. It's great. And I think that the colors that they chose for him were very unconventional for Two-Face, but really good. Don't even ask me what the hell's going on with that Batcave Two-Face minifigure. I don't have it yet, but it looks like dog shit. Especially getting something like that and then this. Wow, another pretty rare non-licensed theme minifigure. We've got Harumi, the Jade Princess, who looks phenomenal. I love the floral print on the cape. I love the sort of helmet mold, sort of Mercy-esque sort of thing that they've got going on. The hair, the makeup, that little sort of collar right around there. The green robes and whatnot goes so nicely with the white and red cape. The color coordination on this minifigure is so nice and it works so beautifully. It all feels just perfectly right, and I really, really, really like it. I love what they did with this minifigure. I think that they did the character true justice with it. Does she have another face? No, she doesn't. But then again, for her Jade Princess look, this is perfect. The makeup looks great. The colors are so neatly coordinated, and like I said before, I'm such a sucker for unique capes. Quay Tolsight. Yeah, I know, another solo character, but come on, this guy was so... Who even cares about Quay Tolsight? And yet, look at this. They gave him that whole new pike head sort of mold. They gave him this amazing dirty gown, very similar to Moloch in a bunch of ways. Really, really nicely done. I love that gold face, the separation of the eyes, the tubes. It's all so perfect. The detail on this minifigure is absolutely phenomenal. From a fascinating and mysterious character in the movie to such a magnificently done, very cool, very well molded, and surprisingly high effort minifigure. Even though he came in a set in which he was barely relevant, I really like what they did with Quay Tolsight, and I'm glad that we got him. If we never got him as a minifigure, I wouldn't expect him. He's not important enough, but I'm just glad that we did. Davy Jones, love him. He's one of my more valuable minifigures. Love that hat piece, love the claw that they gave him. I love that tentacle beard, and I love the back print. Unfortunately, too much of the torso print is covered up by the beard, and I wish he had some sort of cloth accessory for like the back to show his coat sort of flowing down, but I will show you underneath. I do not like to take apart this minifigure very often because it means a lot to me nostalgically. I love the Davy Jones character so much. I always have. But just for this, and just for you, my audience that doesn't exist, I will take him apart. And they did a really good job with him, with all the barnacles and the detail, and I love that face. He's slightly scratched, unfortunately, but he's just really, really cool. Love the colors that they chose, by the way, for the claw and then the one crab leg. Very, very cool. I love that tentacle beard mold so much. They did such a good job with it. The hat choice was absolutely perfect. Really does the character justice. I love the little mouth that they molded in there. I love the sack that he's got on the back, which they added in. Really, really nicely done minifigure. Really beautifully done. Excellent minifigure. Grand Moff Tarkin. I mentioned in my hot takes video that I have a love for Imperial High Command. Well, Tarkin. I love Tarkin. Tarkin's beautifully done. He's simple, I know. There's nothing really that special about him, no special molds, nothing really that interesting. But I just really like him. I like the character Tarkin, and I think that that face and everything is just such a perfect justice done to the character. The sort of narrowing waist for such like a scrawny guy. All those little sort of Imperial sort of clearance pen things, the rank plaque, that expression, both the expressions, this one is also perfect. I just really like what they did with Grand Moff Tarkin. I think that they did him real justice, and I think that he's just done beautifully. He just looks great. He looks like the character, and I think they did a great job on him. You know, it's very, like I said, this is all personal preference. I just really like Tarkin. Then we have the Joker. Heath Ledger Joker, which is a character that man, did anyone honestly think that we'd ever get this? I certainly didn't. I never thought that we'd get this character, and yet we did, and it's done perfectly. Oh, man, for years and years and years and years, there were so many customs of this character. So many people were thinking that they would be the ones to make the Heath Ledger Joker that everyone would grow to love and adore. They'd be the one with the best custom minifigure. And then Lego just comes in like, I'm about to ruin this man's whole career, and releases a proper one. It's perfect. It's so Heath Ledger Joker, and it's done so perfectly within the Lego style. I love it. The little chain right there, the colors that they did in there, the slightly different color for the gloves, which is really nicely done. The Anakin hair in green is actually one that I saw, focus, damn you. What about focus, don't you understand? I actually saw one of the custom minifigures that had been released before have hair that was basically just Anakin's hair, but in green, and I'm glad that Lego did that, because that was a good idea. It was smart. Great back face right there, simple back printing, but really, really nice, especially on this front face right there. It's so Heath Ledger Joker. It's so nicely done, and I really, really like what they did with it. It's such a cool minifigure, and it's one that, honestly, if you're a collector of any kind, you need it. Oh, that's strange. This is the last minifigure, and he's my absolute favorite minifigure of all time. Darth Malgus. I love him. He's perfect. I have a love for the Knights of the Old Republic, and this is just such a beautifully done Lego Star Wars rendition of him. I would never have ever thought we would ever get a Malgus in Lego. Who could ever conceive of Lego even, like, thinking about doing an Old Republic thing, let alone giving us someone like Malgus? I know everyone loves that Revan minifigure for some reason, but this is the real deal. That thin cape at the back, the likes of which we didn't get until Reaper came around. That beautiful, like, just armor piece they gave him. Those piercing yellow eyes. It's so magnificent. Again, like Davy Jones, I don't like to take this minifigure apart, but for this, I will do it. Oh, that face. That face with that scar, it's so distinct, it's so ominous, and it's so Malgus. I love that back print right there. It's so cool. That cape, it's so thin and subtle and ominous. I love how they've made it so that the armor detail is printed right onto the torso. This armor piece is so advanced and layered. Just the amazing, 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 amazing work they did on this minifigure compares to no other figure that we've ever gotten before or since. I stand by that this is the best Lego minifigure that we've ever gotten ever. I love Darth Malgus so much as a character, and I think that they did him better justice than they've ever done any character from anything ever before. He is phenomenal, and I love him, and I'm glad that it literally just so coincidentally happened that he was the final one that I did. So those are my favorite minifigures. I wanted for the new camera to have a positive video where I show things that I love in extreme detail instead of showing that shitty-ass X-Wing, but I guess now I gotta review that shitty-ass X-Wing, eh? Well, look forward to that. I hope you guys liked getting this look at some of my Lego preferences. I hope that this paints a picture. Like, we got a whole bunch of villains here, like, basically, how many good guys are there here? 7 times 5 is 35. 36. We got 36 minifigures overall. And how many of them are good? Akita, Vitruvius, Lando, Diva, it's 4. Enfest 5. Yeah. 5 good guys out of 36 of my favorite minifigures. Villains are just cooler, okay? And you know it, damn it. Villains are just cooler individuals in general. Not those goody-goody losers. Mostly licensed. There are not many unlicensed. As you can see, there's not too much yellow in here outside of Lando's shirt. But yeah. These are the minifigures I love. These are my favorites. Maybe someday, if ever I get bored, I'll make a top 10. Most of the top 10 will probably be comprised of 10 from here, unless a minifigure stumbles along in the coming months that really blows one of these out of the water. But yeah, that's really all I've got to say about my favorite minifigures. Tune in for that stupid X-Wing review. Bye.